bitches are. I know you hate to see us coming, but here we are. We're gonna talk some shit. We'll have a little fun. We're gonna take a little sippy sip. You see it? You see it? You love it. Cheers, bitch.
Cheers.
Happy fucking Friday.
Happy Friday.
I love you to death. We are Fruit Hoops. I am Ty. This is Scott, and we're gonna have a little fun. Today is a very special day for us because we have some stories to talk about, and it'll be a good day. Take over, beautiful.
So hopefully everybody knows today is National Coming Out Day.
Which I sprinted. I ain't come out. I sprinted.
Wouldn't you? Okay, so we just want to talk about our own stories about when we came out and as an athlete, being a gay athlete. So sprint. So first time you sprinted, and the only time.
Bro, she don't sprint. She light jog. Light jog. I came out to my mom. My mom was the very first person I came out to. And it was a very not interesting coming out, but like it was special to me because my mom and I used to watch on Sundays all the time Desperate Housewives and Brothers and Sisters, like religiously. And I was like, shout out to Brothers and Sisters, shout out to Desperate Housewives. I still watch Desperate Housewives to this day. But we would always watch it. And then one day, like, I just told my mom, I was like, hey, Mom.
What's up? Let's slide. All right.
I did the whole, like, I'm bisexual thing.
Oh, yeah.
I did that whole thing. I was like, hey, Mom, I think I'm bisexual. I think I like men, too. And she was like, I know. And I was like, huh? She was like, a mother always knows. And I was like, well, that made me feel good. I was like, do you care? And she was like, no, not at all. And that was, I was a sophomore in high school. So I was like 15, 16 years old. Very, very young. But I knew who I was. But I was also like still playing sports. So like it wasn't that big of a deal to her. And I didn't come out to my like siblings and my dad like way, way later in life.
Why so much later in life when your mom was so receptive?
I think just because for me, I just knew that she wasn't going to care. And I didn't know how like my dad and my siblings were going to respond.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, okay, she won't care, but like, will the others? And then when I did come out to them, they didn't give a shit. They didn't care. The only person that cared was like my dad. And then he eventually came around to it.
It's so interesting, obviously, because everyone has different reactions and don't get like the best experience.
I know.
But,
and
like,
I like my heart goes out to the people that like get kicked out. Like that shit. I'm so sorry. That shit sucks, to be honest. Like being a child and like having nowhere to go.
Yeah, and your family not loving you, and it's really depressing. But that's why there's such thing as a chosen family.
We are. We love you.
Yes.
We love you.
I remember when I came out to my mom, I think it was like 17, 18, maybe 18, 19, somewhere around there, after high school. We were sitting in the car, and I was like, I got to tell my mom. I did the whole bisexual thing, and my mom didn't really care, but she, I think, was more worried about me actively, like, changing a lot. Just, like...
She was like...
I don't know if, like, the word is... I don't know if it's transition, just because we have cousins who've transitioned, so maybe it's a thing where, like, she's seen it, and it's... it's different over there, so maybe it's just like a worry that she doesn't want to have because she loves me no matter what, but she just worries. Like, she always worried about me. And I can understand that because being gay is hard and then being trans. So it was, I don't think it was, she would have not, like, supported it because she was very loving. She just wanted to make sure I was, like, always going to be okay.
That was the thing, too, is like, they just wanted to make sure that I was always happy, you know? And they didn't want to, like, see me get like hurt because of who I was, you know, because there's a lot of people that still to this day like gay bash and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but I think that's what, like the main concern was like they just wanted to make sure that I was always going to be safe and like happy. So with that being said, I had an okay coming out. It was, I think for the most part it was positive, you know.
It sounds like it is. I mean, meeting your family, like, they obviously are cool with it, but like, like what you got, like, it's like the bare minimum, I guess. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can't ask for it. Like, I want you to say, like, love me more or something, but like that's just like perfect. You know, it's like, okay, cool, nice. Move on, next conversation.
It was just another conversation that we had. It was just a daily conversation, I guess.
I remember when I told my brother and Melissa, I said when I came out, And my brother goes, "I've always thought you're kind of fruity." I was like, "Yeah."
Hence the name Fruit.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
That is funny. When I told my older brother, God rest his soul, he was like, "Oh, I've played like swords with one of my best friends," and I was like,
"Not swords."
Okay, now we go. I was like, "I'm good." Yeah.
What was it like for you growing up being gay in sports?
I always just like kept it to myself because I knew who I was, obviously, and it was just hard because I was like, I would look at people or like, not even like my teammates, because like my teammates to me, I never looked at any of my teammates as like attractive because they were like my brothers. You know what I mean?
But were they attractive?
Yeah, but I could never be like, think about it because I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But like,
You're like, that's my sis. I'm good. Like,
exactly.
yeah,
but I would
know.
see like teams that we play. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna guard him.
Did your friends or your teammates ever ask you like, why are you guarding him?
No, not really, because I felt like all the shooting guards were always like the cute ones. But I did eventually, my senior year of high school, I told like 2 of my closest friends who were on the team, and they didn't give a shit either.
They were like, as long as you hoop it, like they'll be more mad at you for sucking.
Exactly.
I bet. Like, well,
like still like
not that kind of sucking.
Not that kind of sucking, but
more
like,
mad at you about just being garbage on the court.
they're still like my closest
what?
friends.
It's like a whole different meaning for them.
What kind of way you talking about? I'm saying, shitty kitty. No, I'm just kidding. It was great, honestly. I thought I had the best experience. Yeah, when I came out to my friends, they didn't give a shit, and they're like still my closest friends to this day. Like, every time I go to Colorado, like I always hang out with them. Like, we're cool. We go we drink beers and we watch football. I'm just a bro.
Just a bro.
I'm just a bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm a bro girl. I'm a bro girl. I'd be like, you want to get some of my mustard?
Do you act like that around them too, and do they laugh?
Sometimes I'll. Oh, let's not me being not code switching, but like I obviously let my gay side down, and I.
Do you act more trade when you're over there?
What's up, bruh? I'm like, what's up, bruh? And I'm like, whatever. And then as the night goes, I'm like, girl, like, stop it. It's just. Everyone, that's like my thing is everyone's like, oh, didn't know you were gay, and I'm like, girl, give me a shot of tequila.
Yeah, that's all you
just
need.
wait till I get drunk. It's gonna come out, I promise. But it's always so funny for them to be like, what?
I see. I like haven't really gone back home, so I don't really know anyone from high school as much, and like all of my friends are like gone to the point where I don't have any friends from back home besides like family friends.
Mm-hmm.
I guess when I hang out with them, like comes out more. But I want to see like my friends I grew up with, and like have this like come out a little bit, and just feel more free because I never got to be like that.
It's always them. I just like we are who we are, and if I've been friends with you for over 10+ years, like, girl, we're about to be in each other's lives forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been in these guys' lives. They've been in my life for so long, and like ups and downs. So.
How come they haven't visited?
One of them actually did visit me out here, and I don't think you've ever met him, but like whenever he came out, we went and like had some drinks.
Oh, yeah, they should come out.
I know. I'm gonna tell him to come out. Not that. Bring your ass to Cali, bitch.
Okay, so locker room talk.
Mm-hmm.
Were you uncomfortable in the locker rooms? Did your friends know going into your senior year of basketball? So after
not till end. It was the end of my senior year. Like
okay.
like after the season was over. That's when I told them. But we didn't have like that bullshit banter locker room talk that like people think that that high school kids have. Like we never had that kind of talk, like at all. So nothing was very uncomfortable for me. And my son was like, yeah, titties, bro. You should have titties. Like, that was never a thing for us. It wasn't.
I get it, because I haven't seen. I get it. Like, mine wasn't like that either.
It's so weird for, like, movies or, like, whatever to be, like, the banter in locker rooms is so, like, masculine. And I'm like.
And they're overhyping it, overdoing it.
It's actually not like that at all.
Not
like,
one bit.
Doing too much. Like, most of the time, nobody just talked. They were all listening to, like,
your
their headphones, like listening to music, like getting ready. No one was ever like, bro, you fucked that bitch last night.
Well, I'm going to listen to 3LW.
I'm over here like, To the left, to the left.
Right? I was like, what are you listening to?
It's not how it was.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you not have that?
No, I didn't. There was nothing like that.
It wasn't. It's not like how it's portrayed, right?
The only thing I didn't like, I was uncomfortable with, is when a lot of my teammates were white, so they'd get in that like, bro, oh, I said in gum thing when it's really like their balls.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so it's just like that dumb stuff, and I'm like, in my head, like that's just disgusting to me. Like that's not funny. So I was uncomfortable, like not thinking that was funny, but I was nervous that they were thinking that I didn't think it was funny because of being gay, not because I think the joke is stupid. So that's why I don't think it's funny.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at your joke because it's dumb.
Yeah, like, and so I'd be nervous. Like, oh, I feel like I need to pretend to like think it's funny to act like one of the bros. Like,
good one, bro. Good one. High five.
Yeah, I definitely also hung out with guys a little bit more that I felt more comfortable with.
Yeah,
there were some that just seemed too bro-y that I was like kind of nervous about, but I definitely felt comfortable around a couple people more than others that like I'd always like want to, hey, pair up, you shoot free throws, shoot your 10, whatever, and you're like, oh, let me go grab so and so.
I was relatively close with like everybody on my team. Like I loved them all the same, and it's like a brotherhood. So it was just we didn't do that, you know.
Yeah.
We were just like, hey, what'd you get on your AP test?
Yeah, you're like, well, fucking Rachel didn't let me cheat. Just kidding. She wouldn't show me her paper. Which sport do you think would benefit gays or gay athletes if they were like the sport that had like all the gay athletes in it? Like if more football players came out, if more tennis players came out, more basketball players came out.
Like what sport would benefit
have the bigger
gays?
Impact on gay athletes?
Oh man, rugby.
That's already gay as fuck as it is. Like, I mean, all sports are sort of gay, guys. Like, if you guys don't think it is. Listen to the commentary. Just look at the sport. It's all a little gay. It's all a little sexual. Like,
I mean, there's already there's gays in all sports that are like, you know, this gay guy plays this sport. This guy plays this sport. But like, I think I'm gonna say like as an audience, gays love watching football. So if there was more representation in football, we watch football for whatever reason. Those tight spandex.
Do you think that it would help the gay like athletes? Like, do you think it'd be like a lot of drama?
Drama, absolutely drama. Even, I mean,
like imagine like being traded or going somewhere and then people are just like, I don't believe in his lifestyle or culture, and there's like that kind of tension and that stuff.
No, we know. What the fuck is his name? Cousins, who we talked about.
Oh, Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
It's like he already said that he doesn't support the gays. So could you imagine like being a gay athlete and going to the fucking Atlanta Falcons where Kirk Cousins is your quarterback and
just
your wide receiver? He's like, I'm not passing you the ball.
That's so crazy to me. I understand like why people keep that stuff quietly, and I wonder like, I wonder if there's a sport that would be beneficial. Like, because that one I feel like off the top of the head you say that one because it has like a lot of more closed-minded of an audience, but maybe
it's just such a masculine sport that like people are like, oh, gays can't play that sport. I'm like, they can and they have, so fuck off. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I had to burp.
You like that? Bitch.
I would really love if like a superstar big name person came out.
Just like Aaron Hernandez?
Okay, so yes, I guess in that kind of
he was a big name superstar. He would have been probably one of the best tight ends to ever play the game if he didn't go down like this dark path.
Okay, someone like him, but I want to see it now because there's way more social media, so it'd just be like more attention. Like, this isn't a shade to pro athletes, but just someone who kind of has like the bigger effect where like everyone knows who that person is, even if you're just a casual fan, you know the name.
Exactly.
Like that would be, I'd be interested about that kind of stuff.
I would too. It'd be fun, and they'd be like, hey, I got all these receiving yards, or I got all these rushing yards, or I got all these passing yards, and I did it while I was gay.
Yeah.
Fucked y'all asses up when I was gay. No point intended. Bitch.
If you could give advice to young athletes who are gay, what would you say?
take your time. I know you're like the generation and the time that we live in right now, like everyone's so eager to come out and like be who they are, but it's so heavily criticized, especially like in the world of sports right now. Even in the year of 2024, like you can't be who you are without like a negative impact.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you were the best athlete in such and such sport and you happen to and you come out, Michael Sam, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Michael Sam? He was one of the best defensive ends.
Yeah, and he like, didn't get drafted, right? Or like
he got drafted.
He dropped a lot.
He dropped a lot, and then he never like ever played because no team wanted to pick him up. And that was what? I don't know how long ago that was.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
I didn't really follow football back then. Was he?
He was good.
Like he was good in college.
He was good.
I remember that being a thing.
And he was projected to go like high, like really high, like top 10 draft.
But when he got into the league, he just like was he still good or just?
Well, what happened was he kissed his boyfriend when he got drafted.
Oh.
And nobody like really wanted him on the team.
That's so crazy. But these NFL owners will. When they have DUIs, abusive relationships, caught with guns, or something like domestic violence, they don't give a shit about all these players like that.
Don't give a shit about that. They just want to make money and they want to bring in fans. And if you have a gay player on your team, they feel like it's like a derogatory person on your team. They're not going to bring in like the revenue, and it's just like it sucks. So my advice to these young kids is like, be who the fuck you are. I just contradicted myself, actually. I can't be like, be who you are, but like take your time. Do what feels right for you. Do what feels right for you. If you feel like you want to come out and like you can be successful in what you're doing, then by all means do it. If you feel like you're not ready to do that and like just still need to like take your time and you don't feel supported, then take your time. So do what feels right for you at that time. That's what I have to say.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's right, because I've chatted with like cousins or nieces, nephews about questioning themselves. And I always think to myself, and I say to them, just don't worry about that. Try not to. Just like try to enjoy life. Like
enjoy life.
All these things are going to keep changing. You're at this phase where things are going to change, and you need to try to figure things out, or you want to, and like it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. You don't need to.
There's no need to rush anything.
Yeah.
Like
we're like in our 30s trying to figure it out. I know. Gosh. Ooh, still trying to figure shit out.
Exactly.
You know?
So, but, yeah. And just enjoy your life. Have fun. Live your life. You know, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
What do you think the biggest difference is between people who are coming out
then, I'm burping.
Like 10, 15 years ago when we were younger and like now? Even the 10, 15 years is so different. Like there's do you think it's been easier, or do you think it's kind of the same?
Back then, it was probably harder, obviously, but like.
Do you think it's easier now still? Like, obviously, it's still difficult, but like, do you think there's like a 3% increase?
0.001% increase, because you still can't be who you are and play a professional sport unless you're playing like tennis or like a non-contact sport. You know. Who was that gay basketball player?
Jason Collins.
Yeah, him.
He came out after.
After, exactly. Yeah. But like he was demolishing people. Yeah. He was like a beast in the NBA. No one fucking knew. So I don't know. I think it's still frowned upon to this day.
I agree. I do. I think so. That's why when I see headlines, when people come out, I'm like, great, another person. I like when you hear it like all the time, because it just means I feel like more people are willing to come out and be representation for someone else. So people leave comments all the time saying, why is it such a big deal? Ew. It is a big deal still.
Yeah. It's a huge deal. Because if it wasn't a big deal, then you wouldn't have to fucking make a column about it or like a headline about it. You're like, oh, he's gay. Cool. Let's move on.
We need to normalize gay athletes.
Exactly. Oh. Normalize homosexuals.
Yes.
In the sports field.
Yes. And in life.
And in life. Well, no.
Well, let's go. We got a birthday to go to, so let's go grab some drinks after this. And thanks, guys. We love you. Keep subscribing.
This was a fun conversation that we had with y'all, I think, and I had with you. We love you guys.
Stay